You're probably used to writing the kinds of numbers that you meet in everyday life. But what about writing very small numbers or very large numbers? For example, if you had to write a millionth, which means 1 over 1 million. If you were to write that out in decimal notation, it would be 0,0000001, which is rather confusing if you just look at it like that. Is it maybe 10 millionth or something like that? How can you tell the difference between 10 millionth and 1 millionth without having to count each of the zeros, which gets very tedious? And then what about if we have to write something large like a googol? Now, googol, it's not spelled Google, it's spelled Google. It means 1 followed by 100 zeros. Now, I'm not even going to try write that here because, of course, it's going to take far too long and far too much paper. So we need a more efficient kind of notation so that we can write small numbers and large numbers in a way that doesn't take much space on the paper and is easy at a glance to understand what it means. And the notation which scientists use to do this, and also to create a standard kind of notation so that it's just easier to communicate, is called scientific notation. Scientific notation is a way of writing numbers where we write it as n times 10 to the power small n. And it's especially useful for writing very large and very small numbers. In scientific notation, we call the capital N the digit term. And the digit term is always a number between 1 and 9,999 recurring. So it only has one digit in front of the decimal comma. And then you multiply that by the exponential term, 10 to the power small n. And the exponential term means the factor by which the digit term is multiplied. Small numbers, that is, numbers between 0 and 1, have a negative value for this small n. And larger numbers, which is greater than 9,99999 recurring, in other words 10 and up, they have positive values for n, and you'll see that as we continue. Remember that significant figures are digits which have meaning. So scientific notation is written in this format. There's a digit and an exponential term. Now, some exponential terms are used so often that we give them a special prefix. Here are some examples. Giga means 10 to the power 9, mega 10 to the power 6, kilo 10 to the power 3, deci 10 to the power minus 1, centi 10 to the power minus 2, milli 10 to the power minus 3, micro 10 to the power minus 6, nano 10 to the power minus 9, pico 10 to the power minus 12, and femto 10 to the power minus 15.